Expected, so I'll keep it short and sweet. I want to thank you all for being here. It's something that Pralhad and me have been talking about, and he's right. This is one thing that I've been telling him to do for years, because we have been doing it in an informal way with all, the young kids who have been through Genesis. And somehow I just felt that we needed a larger platform where we could offer this kind of mentorship. I think it's more about the mentoring that really appeals to me. And I think, definitely it's going to be a roller coaster ride. But I feel in all of that, Pralhad has a dream and a vision. And I think that because Subhashji has understood what we are going to do, and Meghna and Rahul and the team, I think it's something that we definitely want to put together in a way that will fit in with Whistling Woods and yet be unique and create wonderful professionals that will go out and really own the job and be unique, be entrepreneurs, and set up their own businesses in the years to come. Thank you.
I wasn't expecting to say a few words, and I thought he wouldn't notice when I came in, but I've just come in from Delhi, and that's why I'm delayed. But the only reason that, the main reason why I'm with Pralhad is that on this school is that in many ways, both of us reflect the same approach to branding. We've done a number of things together over the last 15, 20 years and taken various brands forward. But the question in the school, which I think is more important, is not so much what the books teach, but as much as what you've learned from your experience. And that's what Pralhad and I think would be able, because I don't think he knows how to read in the first place. So that's one big advantage there. And a person like me who's a Punjabi, we're not known for intellect in any case. You leave a Punjabi with a thought.
Hiding behind a Bengali skin.
Yeah. Yeah. You leave a Punjabi with a thought, he doesn't know what to do with it. When you meet him again, he gives it back. So, and says, here, that's for you. And as he said, Bengali, as Mithali is, you leave a Bengali with a thought and she'll make a philosophy out of it. But the important thing, I think most of us have gone and done with instinct, with gut feel. And I think this concept, which my wife has taught me at some point of time, Maya, who's been a doctor as well, she says this general practitioner or a GP has gone out of fashion. Everybody, time you come do an X-ray, do a blood test, and based on that result, they medicate you. Whereas earlier, the GP used to come in and used to understand, would feel your pulse, talk to you, know your family, and then able to give you some medicine before he takes you to a specialist. So I think we are losing the art of doing things without research. We are losing the art of saying that if you want to research everything, you want to see whether you've done well. There are companies which now research why they did well. So if they never knew what they were doing, what the hell were they doing? But at this point of time, that you tend to get into research only when you want to cover your backside before you go ahead and say, look, I don't know what happened, but the research said this, and I went with it. There are many things we've done together, right, Pralhad, where it's gone against the grain of everything. And I'll just give you one example before I end. I think the first time when I was trying to do a film, and it wasn't with Pralhad at that time, but I thought of, Parle Glucose is is the leading brand. It still is in many ways in the glucose segment. And Britannia was struggling like mad. I mean, we had a brand and we said, let's put some vitamins into it. And we called it Britannia Glucose D with vitamin D and C, and the consumer refused to buy it. So I was sitting at home and saying, what do we do when you go to a shop and you just say glucose, you were handed a Parle product. And they didn't even ask you whether you wanted that Britannia product in that segment. So I was sitting at home and we were struggling. And again, my wife and I was sitting and she said, why don't you take Gabbar? At that time, Sholay had got launched. About 1 year old, and make him your brand ambassador. I said, are you kidding? Because Britannia represents family and represents goodness of everything, and now you're going to get a rapist and a crook and a thief and tell all the kids, you please follow what Gabbar says, and then that's it. But what I began to notice was that when you went to every home, the only dialogues that the children were repeating, not what Amitabh said, not what Sanjeev said, Sanjeev Kumar or Dharmender said, everybody was kitne aadmi the, everything was Gabbar. So the risk that I had to take was, how do I now take this brand and associate Britannia to it? And fortunately, I had a marketing director who's not alive right now, and I took him to see the movie. He doesn't like seeing movies. So I took him to see the movie, and I said, what do you think? He said, we aren't going to be in serious trouble, but you go ahead and produce the film. Go ahead and show it. And if somebody tells the managing director that we are going wrong, we'll stop it. But go ahead and do it first. And sure enough, it became the biggest possible hit that we had for a long time, because we got Javed to write the script. We got every single actor to play the exact role. And I think it was the first time when we took an actor and he said he played the role. It was Gabbar ki asli. It wasn't Amjad. Every time you had Dharmender or you had Amitabh, it was always the actor's name that was associated. For the first time, going back 25 years ago, it was the character. So there are many stories that we can share in this school with kids, apart from having intellectuals around. But guys like us would just come and love to share things. And I'm so happy to be part of what Pralhad is doing. And any way that we can help, we'll take it forward. But thank you so much.
Javed also wants to say something. Please introduce everybody.
No, before he starts, there was something he said which just struck a chord. There's a little joke which we have. The little joke all of us cracked way back, which is about this little bird in winter, and it's freezing in the snow and it falls down. And this cow is passing by and it just does this big lump of shit on the little bird. And the little bird starts cursing the cow. And then it slowly starts getting warm. And it says, okay, wow, great, I'm feeling great. Starts singing loudly. And there's a little cat out there which hears the singing, clears the shit and eats the bird up. Now, this is exactly what Pralhad does. He'll shit on you and you'll curse him for shitting on you. But at the end of the day, he saves your life. So this is what we learn. You're the cow dung which shits.